Razor scooters and Legos. They give us happiness. But they also bring us pain.
Lots and lots of pain.
Today we are arguing which is worse, getting a Razor scooter to the ankle or stepping on a Lego barefoot.
Basically modern forms of torture.
Yeah, modern forms of torture. That's what we're arguing today. I'm Seth.
I'm Ira.
I'm Joey.
I'm Kyle.
Jared.
Well, I'm here to judge, so y'all go at it.
But I'm arguing for Razor Scooter.
You're arguing for the wrong side, Joey, because clearly stepping on Legos is more painful.
Do you agree, Ira?
Oh yes, stepping on Legos is significantly more painful than whatever a Razor scooter can do to you.
Oh, heathens.
And as somebody who is accident prone and just clumsy, I'm just going to be judging what these guys have to say about pain.
I grew up in a house with a ton of Legos, doing tons of Lego animations. I used to have blueprints, the patented blueprints for the Lego minifigure, hung up on my wall. I was all about them Legos. And I stepped on them a bit, and honestly, it was fine. I think the circles on the top actually blunt some of it. So I guess if you really get a hard edge, but otherwise, I just have not found Legos to be all that painful to step on.
Yeah, I was thinking about this because recently it's been like an eternity since I messed around with Legos. And then I asked for some for Christmas and I had them on my floor. And it was like more or less between like where my bed and the door is, and I sleep in pitch darkness. So I was like, should I risk it? I was like debating with myself. And I did, and I didn't step on them. But yeah.
I also grew up with Legos and Razor scooters, and I will tell you that that there was no motivation for me to greater clean my room than to not step on some sharp Legos. And while getting hit with a Razor scooter was painful, it was not nearly as painful as stepping on it's just a thick block Lego on the ground. It hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts, man. It hurts, man. It hurts. It hurts.
Take my horse to the old town road. I'm gonna ride till I can't no more.
Generally, Legos are probably going to be inside at a normal room temperature. You're usually not stepping directly on a pointy edge. Maybe if you're on carpet, but you think about a Razor scooter, you have a thin metallic surface, probably out on a hot summer day.
It's gonna happen if you have a Razor scooter. I don't know. I mean, unless you're like some really boring adult who's just like using it for transportation. If you're a kid and you have a Razor scooter, you're gonna swing the thing around. It's just inevitable. You're gonna try to like act like it's like a jump rope scenario. It's gonna happen. And they're heavy. You've got like both wheels on the thing that swings around. Usually, unless it's like really rusty or something, it's gonna swing really fast. It's basically just like a swinging bar of metal toward your. And usually, I was thinking like in the shin, which is where it's basically just skin and then your bone. So it's just like pinching your Legos. In order for it to really hurt, it basically has to be like the old school bricks, and they have to be like upside down or like on an edge. Whereas I didn't realize, but recently looking at Legos, like they've changed them even since like when I was a kid. Like a lot of the pieces now are like, they're like specialty, like they're already like in a weird shape, or they're like not necessarily hard plastic. A lot of them are like bendy now.
If you still buy like those tubs of just normal Legos, they still have plenty of those old blocks in. It's just that, for a lot of these special sets, they try, not to have, they often don't have proper shapes where, a normal block would be more useful. And yeah, but to go back to the pain thing, yeah, you can wear socks. I always wear socks on the inside. I'm an inside person, but stepping on the Legos is still going to hurt. It goes right, no matter how thick those socks you're wearing, it'll dig in. Legos, are a scary, terrifying thing. And like you said, Joey, you were contemplating on whether or not it was worth the risk to cross your room in the dead of night because of fear of stepping on those Legos.
Yeah, I'll admit
They are a
it's not
scary,
delightful.
terrifying thing. And like the lady said in the Lego Movie 2, it is almost as bad as childbirth. And there are few things in this world that are as painful as childbirth.
Almost
So
as
even
bad.
Close, yeah, almost as bad. But to be even close to the pain of childbirth, yeah, those are some painful stuff.
I wouldn't say that in front of a mother.
And it's like, and also you said that the scooter can't cut you, but Legos can if you hit them right. And oftentimes they can be at weird angles, especially if you accidentally step on a pile of them.
Have they cut you?
Like I said, micro cuts. I've never gotten any large gashes, but like tiny spots of bleeding that pretty much clot immediately. Yeah.
I should probably make some closing arguments.
Impress me, fellows.
Unless you are getting like the old school Legos, the chances are they're probably not going to hurt as much, especially if like they're not in a, like if they're more like laid out flat rather than being in a big pile, which if you're efficient with Legos, you're going to lay them out flat so you're not hunting for the pieces, you know, underneath them and stuff like that. Whereas, I mean, a Razor scooter could basically be like weaponized, you know, like someone's coming into your house late at night, you grab it, you start swinging it around like Thor's hammer, you know, and you come at them. It could be basically a weapon. Whereas Legos, I mean, you could like Home Alone style, like set a trap at the bottom of the stairs, but it's not going to be, I don't know, I don't think it's going to debilitate someone.
USA Today says, study says scooters lead the toy injury pack.
Legos are a lifestyle because you were saying that it was rated as one of the most painful, one of the most injury-inducing toys.
Okay.
Legos are for
Lego.
nerds.
I'm going to Google Lego injuries.
Lego is like fitness. It's
Joking
not just an
hazard.
exercise, it's a lifestyle.
That's true. I did swallow at least one Lego at one point.
Really?
Oh yeah, and I actually had surgery when I was a kid because you know, like Mousetrap, the board game, they had like those metal
Yeah.
like ball bearing things that like
You
roll down.
didn't!
I just swallowed it as a kid, and they had to go in and operate and take it out. It was funny.
Oh my gosh!
I mean, it wasn't funny at the
I'm
time.
glad
but-
you're okay.
Joey,
Yeah.
I do love how
They told me that all you did in Mousetrap was roll your dice, move your mice, and nobody got hurt.
Mousetrap, huh? I wanted to play Mousetrap. You roll your dice, you move your mice. Nobody gets hurt.
The tomato
lied to
lies!
you.
They're
Joey,
lies! Bob the Tomato lied to me!
Joey, I love how when he said, "You did what? You swallowed a Lego?" You didn't just say "yeah." You said "oh yeah," like
Oh, yeah.
of
Right,
course.
you said, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody does it. It's fine. Now, a lot, how something painful it is often, based on our personal perceptions and also people's individual pain tolerances and, the way the body responds to it. I mean, at this point, the culture around the stepping on Lego has been built up to such an extent that even if you didn't believe how even if, it may not actually be that painful or that adverse on your body compared to a scooter, the fact that you perceive, that your beliefs and perceptions have been built around Legos being the most painful thing ever, that when you do step on it, it'll be more painful because of your preconceived notions towards it. It may, again, it may not actually be more physically adverse than, say, a scooter, but the way you think about it is how it's going to affect your pain
Placebo pain.
towards it. Basically.
Yeah, we're going through pain, not body damage.
This is a tough one. You guys did a really good job. I was leaning this way and then I was that way. It's a tough decision, but for the sheer amount of try hard and the fact that I really enjoyed the argument and the fact that it made sense, I'm sorry, Seth and Joey, you guys were great, but I'm gonna have to go with the Legos.
Oh,
In real life, both of them are equal to me, but that was a good argument. Joey and Seth, be careful with your scooters.